Now, Allah says in the Quran, فَرَآهَا تَغْرُبُ فِي عَيْنٍ حَمِئَةٍ. Allah has described the person what he saw it as if it goes in the muddy pool.
So why does Allah describe this place as a place where the sun sets?
Brother, let me finish. Okay. So we could just do this respectfully.
فَرَآهَا تَغْرُبُ فِي عَيْنٍ حَمِئَةٍ. So he saw Dhul Qarnayn. He saw as the sun sets in a muddy pool. Why are you shaking?
It doesn't say he saw. It doesn't say he saw.
It says that he saw.
It doesn't say he saw.
So it doesn't say.
But even if it does say,
it doesn't say. It doesn't say.
Let's say it does. Let me agree with you. Yeah? Let me backtrack and say it does. Yeah? Let's say it does say he saw the sun setting in a muddy pool, right?
No.
The sun has to be in a physical place in order for him to see it. Secondly, this is your God's word, so it's the perspective of your God. That there is a place on earth where the sun is.
Okay, good. Now here, again, Allah described that when Dhul Qarnayn was traveling and he reached to the sea. So he reached to the sea. So when you see the sea here, look at this. When you are seeing the sea, when the sun is sitting behind the horizon in the sea, what do you see here? Does the sun sit in the sea? Does it go inside the sea? No. So it goes behind it. That's what we know scientifically. Yeah? That's how we know it now. But Allah Azza wa Jalla has described the sight of the person. Allah said, "Fara'aha." That's what he saw. He is describing what he saw. The person saw something, so as if the sun sits there. So that's why we need to understand, before you understand the Quran, you need to understand how the Arabic language use the terms. So that's why when Allah is describing something as someone's sight, what he saw, that is totally different from what Allah is saying about it. So that's why
saying it's by his perspective.
No, the Quran talks about.
Saying he saw it, but it's not saying it's by his perspective.
No, the Quran
is by Allah's perspective because it was sent down by Allah. And this, remember, that the Muslim claim is that the Quran was written before time. Yeah, before time. Well, the Quran is eternal, according to most Sunni Muslims.
One second.
So it was telling it would have had to exist before its time. It didn't exist.
Who said this?
No, I believe it came from Muhammad. It came at the time.
I understand you know where it came from.
Look at this here. Why we go far? Listen.
That by the perspective of some guy, there was a literal point on the earth where the sun sets.
No. حتى إذا بلغ, when he reached where the sun sets, وجدها, he found it. So he found, this is what he found. وجدها تغرب في عين حمئة. By the way, في عين حمئة, not necessarily a muddy pool. It has حمئة for you to know. حمئة means something like heat thing. Like, for example, like lava thing. Yeah, as well, that's why we say in the Quran.
Means a Black Sea. That's what it means.
No.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Are you Arab?
No, well, I've heard of that word.
You heard that word?
Yes, Christian preachers spoke about it many times.
It doesn't care. Who cares about what he's
wearing? And it's an Arab Christian. So.
No, Arabs, they don't say this. From Hamid al-Masnoon.
I don't know who says it, but Arabic Christian has said it. Hamia means a
dog. No. That's totally.
But why do you think the translators have translated the ways they have?
No, they don't know one translated like this.
They have. They translated it as a muddy pool and a Black Sea. That was the true translation I saw.
No.
Yusuf Ali, Muhsin Khan,
and
said this. Have all said that it's a Black Sea
it's describing what he saw, perspective of the person.
It doesn't say the perspective.
No, it says this.
It doesn't say it. He said he saw a place where the sun was
No. He didn't say. He said, wajadaha, he found. This is what he found. So this is what he saw. This is what he found. This is what we found. This is how he described. This is how he described. So that as well, by the way, when you read the Quran,
bearing that in mind, if the Quran is from the perspective of Allah, then it's Allah saying that there is a literal place where the sun sets.
You are lying. He didn't say that.
I'm really not.
You are lying. You just lie. You're lying. It's okay to lie on Jesus. That's fine because you can always lie on Jesus. You always lie. You lie on Jesus, and that's okay to lie on Jesus. And then look at this. Look, those people.
Have another conversation.
Those people. They come to talk about Islam and then they interpret the Quran the way that they think. So that's why we need to understand here. Going back, because I don't know if Yusuf Ali translated this, but let's go as well to check. Yeah. We'll say. Okay. Surah Al-Kahf in Arabic was bad. I don't know which translation is this. Here. حتى إذا بلغ بركة, until he reached the setting of the sun. So he reached the sun. He found it is in a murky spring. So here, ayn means spring, water spring, or something like that. murky, could be this. Hamia as well could be like a flame as well. It has another factor. So it has all of these names. So this is what he saw. Allah is describing the sight of Dhul Qarnayn. That's what he saw. And then he said, when he said here, the point is, Allah is describing the sight of Dhul Qarnayn. So the same one who Allah Azza wa Jal has mentioned about the sunrises and the sunsets. And Allah Azza wa Jal as well has described the sight of the person. So here, when Allah described Allah, if Allah described it the way that it is, different than what you are talking. For example, you came to me. For example, you saw me today, and then you saw me from distance. You thought maybe it's me, or maybe you thought someone else. Maybe you thought it's this. Yeah. Now here, when I'm describing your sight, if I want to describe your sight, will I describe the reality or I describe what you saw?
What I saw.
Yeah. For example, if there are two identical people or two people who look the same, from distance, you might think I'm one of those oil sheikhs. Yeah. Maybe from distance, this is what you saw. So when I'm describing your sight, I will say, the brother, what's your name, brother? Just remind me. Zakaria. You say Zakaria found an oil sheikh, for example, yeah? Or someone from those ones who are rich people, yeah? Now, does that describe the reality or describe what you saw? What you saw. So here, this is what Allah Azza wa Jalla, فَوَجَدَهَا تَغْرُبُ فِي عَيْنٍ حَمِيَةٍ. That is totally different from when I'm describing the reality. When the reality comes through to you, then I will be saying, yes, he saw, for example, Shaykh Muhammad who was in the park.
So Allah was saying it from Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's example.
Yes.
From what Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saw.
No, not Muhammad. That's Dhul Qarnayn. About Dhul Qarnayn. This story about Dhul Qarnayn. Dhul Qarnayn is the king who Allah gave him the ability. He went to the east and the west, and he was someone who fought for the sake of Allah for some time. Even some scholars, they mention wrongly that he is Alexander the Great, but he's not. But here Allah will describe him, Dhul Qarnayn in Surah Al-Kahf, talking about his sight, what he saw. So Allah described what he saw, as simple as that. And then he found the people around that area, which is literally what is now known, which is the edge of the known land at that time. So they could be by the Atlantic Ocean, and then after that they didn't see behind it. So that's what he saw. That's all. And those people, they want to misinterpret the Quran the way that they suit it. That's all. I hope inshallah that answer inshallah. Allah يجزيك خير. الله يبارك فيك. الله يبارك فيك. الله يبارك فيك. جزاك الله خير. الله يبارك فيك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
That's the guy I was telling you was debating with him.
Which one?
You know the one there on the
Oh.
Yeah, you remember.
I remember him. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. الله يهديه.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hello to this guy. How you doing?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. جزاك الله خير. That's right. How are you? Okay? Alhamdulillah. What did you do?